Everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and obviously still traveling, so still doing essentially podcasts and videos, et cetera, from my hotel. But that's not why we're here. In AI news, and that's what we're talking about here, a new AI vulnerability is putting us humans at risk. Now, Andy Griffith of The Independent had a really good write-up on this, but here's what's going on. A major security flaw in artificially intelligent systems could threaten human lives, according to a new study. Now, this apparently is impacting large language models, and I think this is interesting because large language models have security vulnerabilities and weaknesses that could be exploited by attackers to use systems in unattended ways, and that is according to new research coming out of the University of Pennsylvania. Now, George Pappas, professor at the university, said, and I quote, "Our work shows that at this moment, large language models are just not safe enough when integrated with the physical world." Now, Pappas and his colleagues demonstrated that it was possible to bypass security guardrails in host systems that are currently in use. They include a self-driving system that could be hacked to make the car basically drive through crossings, for example. The researchers behind the paper are also working with the creators of those systems to identify those weaknesses and work against them, obviously trying to patch the flaws. And that's what you do when you're an ethical hacker or ethical researcher. You find a vulnerability, you alert the company, you don't put it out on blast to give everybody the ability to attack it. So here's the thing. They also caution, though, that it would require a total rethink of how these systems were made rather than just patching specific vulnerabilities. Now, according to Vijay Kumar, another co-author from the University of Pennsylvania, and I quote, "The findings of this paper make it abundantly clear that having a safety-first approach is critical to unlocking responsible innovation. We must address intrinsic vulnerabilities before deploying AI-enabled robots in the real world. Indeed, our research is developing a framework for verification and validation that ensures only actions that can conform to social norms can and should be taken by robotic systems," end quote. Now, we are well beyond at this point, I think, Asimov's 3 laws of robotics in that sense. But here's the thing. In order to ensure that these things are safe, understand that AI and robots, and even under Asimov's law, they are programmed with software. And if that software is vulnerable to hijacking, coercion, whatever it is, then you can break the laws and have robots kill humans. Or you can have the autonomous driving system basically be reprogrammed to think a red light means go and a green light means stop. I mean, there's a lot of different things that can happen here, which means there has to be safeguards. There has to be redundancies. On a side note, this is also one of the issues that a lot of researchers have with Tesla. Now, I'm speaking specifically of the Cybertruck. Now, most cars or vehicles, the way they're built, I don't care if you're running like a Subaru or a Ferrari, you're basically connected directly to the wheels. You turn the steering wheel, and essentially you've got like a wire system that as the steering wheel turns, the wheels turn in response. Well, Tesla has put out the Cybertruck that basically doesn't have that. It's computerized, meaning the steering wheel that you have in the cockpit of your Cybertruck as you turn the wheel, it's a computer system that essentially sends information to the wheels to make sure they turn left or right. Now, Tesla also says that they have built in quote unquote triple redundancy into that system. I don't necessarily know if that's true or not. I have to take them at their word, although Elon Musk has made a whole bunch of claims that turned out to be false, including you can use your Tesla self-driving thing to do Uber, but while you're at home, your car's making money for you. That never came to fruition. Those kinds of things, and now they're debuting robo-taxis. So this is, I think, something to take with a grain of salt, but it's a perfect example of as we innovate, we have opportunity for exploitation, which is exactly what law number 4 is of the 5 laws of cybersecurity. With innovation comes exploitation. So here we are, and I think this is a super important one, and we're going to see where this goes. But as we bake in artificial intelligence to our rides, we've got to make sure that the AI is not going to get us killed just because somebody's able to reprogram it or hack into it. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.